friends of the cloud. Today I will show you how you can deploy your first serverless application within a few minutes with Serverless Framework. Here we're on the Serverless Framework product page and we can just browse to the documentation, to the getting started part, and then just continue with installing the Serverless Framework locally. Like I already did this previously, so we're already good to go. And we can just use the Serverless Framework abbreviation, which is SLS, and just start creating. So it offers us a lot of templates we can choose from. So we are really having a quick start here. What we want to do today is create a REST API with Dynamodb in the back, which will look like the picture on the top right. So it will create as an API gateway, which is connected to a Lambda function, and the Lambda function is either querying or saving items to Dynamodb. So we will just continue to select the Express API with Dynamodb and select the default project name, and then the Serverless Framework will just create our template, the Lambda function, install all the dependencies we need, and afterwards we're just good to go. So that's basically it. We can just browse into our new folder, open everything with VS Code and have a look what's inside. So the important file is the serverless YAML file, which defines all of our infrastructure. Like we can see here, we have one function, which is the handler, which we can see here. And it's exposed to the internet via HTTP API gateway. Then we are also having some custom CloudFormation resources, which is our Dynamodb table. It's just a single table which has the user ID as a partition key. And that's basically it for our infrastructure. We can have a look in the handler file, which just consists out of two endpoints. One is for retrieving our users and one is for creating new users. And both functions are just communicating with Dynamodb's Node.js SDK. So to get this up and running, we just have to do the Sls Deploy. So our stack will be created now, and when it's created, it will be updated with our serverless template. This will probably take a few minutes, so I will fast forward here. So the stack is already created. We can have a look in the console. We're seeing the update is already in progress. So this will take another few seconds to finish. You can also see what's currently going on if you're having a look onto the events section. Yeah, the update is in progress. So as we can see here, a lot of resources are created in parallel. Some of them are already done, like the HTTP API. And now we are already good to go. We can also have a look at the output, which is provided by Serverless Framework. We can already see like this is our new endpoint we can directly use with Postman. So let's create a new request. So if we remember, it was the user's endpoint, and we can check, is there already like a user with the ID 1? And if you're sending this, we are directly seeing, yeah, there's obviously no user yet, but we can just create a new one. If we're having a look into the code, what is expected? It's expected to provide a user ID and a name via body. So we will create a post request with a body as a JSON, and we will just submit it with user ID 1 and name test user. So we are retrieving the item we submitted, which is REST conform, and now we can just query for our first user. So we get back to get, and there we go, our first user is retrieved. And that's basically everything. Everything is created, and we did this just in a few minutes. And the cool thing about serverless is, even if the resources stay created, you won't pay anything for this, because everything is pay-per-use, like Dynamodb is pay-per-use, Lambda is pay-per-use, API gateway also, so you can play around with it. You don't have to worry about cleaning it up, because it won't hurt your bill in the first place. So the next thing, what I want to do is like integrate our infrastructure with Dashboard, so we can have some nice observability in the first place. I already registered with Dashboard in the beginning, and I created some sub account for my registration account, and now I will just continue it to connect it with my AWS account. So Dashboard asked me to create its CloudFormation stack in AWS, which is just a single button click. So we are forwarded into our account. The stack will be named Dashboard Delegation, and then we will just create the stack. This will also take a few minutes, and afterwards the only thing we have to do is to copy out the output, which you can find in the CloudFormation stack. So that's it. We're already seeing the output, which is the ARN. We can copy it back to Dashboard, click Submit ARN, and now Dashboard will just start to collect all the needed resources and everything we want to track in the first place. So yeah, that's already it. Thank you for listening. This was my first video. There's a lot more to come in the future, hopefully, and I'm happy to see you in the future. Bye bye.